welcome to Baby Mama Drama.
My name is Yadi.
And my name is Gina.
And we're here to spill
the tea.
Girl, when I say the tea,
the tea.
Y'all not ready. But for real, when I mean the tea, I'm talking about like our tea, y'all's tea. Everybody's tea.
We got the tea on everybody.
And when I mean everybody, I want y'all to think about how you know us. And just because if you know about us, you know that we know a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
In every type of industry that you can think of, whether it be straight business or whether it be on business. We know everybody.
To the club or you got a 9 to 5.
But today we're going to be talking about us.
Mm-hmm. This is like our little introduction video.
Yes.
So we're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves.
So yeah, tell me about you first.
Oh, yay, me. I go first. My name is Gina, or call me Gina. We're not gonna say.
Yeah,
we're not gonna do government on here.
Yeah, no.
Anyways, I'm 25. I'm from Tampa, Florida. I'm from Tampa, Florida. I have a 1-year-old son, and
that's you like born in Tampa?
No, I was born in Texas.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on.
But I was raised in Tampa.
All right.
So, but I live in Houston, Texas, and I've lived in Houston, Texas since I was like 16. Yeah. Okay. I went to school here for a little bit. So, yeah. I know my way around Houston. Sadly.
So, what side of Houston were you?
Did I grow up on?
Yeah.
Or did I Cypress?
Okay.
Yeah, but now I live in Southside Houston because. Yeah, I just got
the ghetto.
Facts. I got into a little bit of trouble on the north side, so I had to I had to lay low for a little bit.
Understandable.
And you? Where are you from?
I am from Puerto Rico. I was born in Bayamón, Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful place. If you've never been, you gotta go.
Definitely. I moved from Puerto Rico when I think the next day I literally turned 4. My mom said, "Girl, for your birthday, girl, we're moving out of here." But we went to Round Rock, to Pflugerville.
What the fuck is that?
In like the outskirts of Austin.
Oh, Pflugerville.
Girl, yeah, it sounded like the fucking, I don't know what.
The trenches.
Not the trenches,
Nah, it's like some redneck shit.
No, it was some,
no offense.
Whoville. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, it's weird.
Small town.
Right.
She's a small town girl.
But I stayed there until I was probably like maybe 10 years old or something like that. After that, I moved to Katy.
Oh.
And after Katy, I moved to Cypress. Yeah. So we were close. We were close. Because after Cypress, I stayed in Cypress for a very long time until I was 17. I started doing my own thing, and I then moved to Pasadena, Tascasita, South Side, North Side. I've been everywhere, guys. So
yeah, I stayed in down fucking Midtown.
No, that's crazy. You know what? Out of all the places I stayed in Houston, I never stayed downtown or nothing.
The traffic, horrible.
But I did stay in the Southwest, right by the Ferrari.
Oh yeah, you told me about that when you got the
horrible. But anyways, yeah, I have a daughter. I just gave birth probably like 3 weeks ago in a few days now.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful baby.
Mm-hmm. And what's funny is my daughter's name is Gianna. And it sounds very much like Gina. So, yeah, we love that. But anyways, yeah, my daughter's the cutest thing in the world. Her son and my daughter are cousins.
Yeah, the best thing that ever happened to us.
But anyways, I love my daughter. But my baby,
Girl, who you telling? Girl, who you telling?
Girl, why?
Well, we're gonna get into that too. We're gonna get into, that's gonna be a whole nother segment. But yeah.
Yeah, my baby daddy. Well, what can I say?
What is there to say?
So he is very well known here in the city of Houston. If you know him, I mean, not if you know him, you know of him.
Yeah.
And you've heard his music.
Let's just say that. If you know his music, then
yeah, a lot of people. You know what's crazy is that I have a lot of people that still follow me that know how bad he's done me and still follow him.
Yeah, I never followed him.
Isn't that weird though?
I don't know. I just never. I fuck with his music. Don't get me wrong.
Right? No, he has good music. I'm not a hater. He has really good music.
I'm not a hater asshole, but yeah, he has good music and all. But I just never followed him. Like,
yeah, no,
I'm not a fan. I don't think.
Yeah, okay, let me start off by saying how I met him. Okay. So how I met him, it was really funny, guys, because I'm dyslexic as fuck. First of all, second of all, he had posted a fucking sticker. Mind you, I had just started following him because I just heard the song. The song has a catchy tune to it, but that's whenever I first met him. Is whenever he was first popping.
When he first was well known.
Yeah, not when I met him. That's when I first followed him. Yeah. Yeah. So then I went on his Instagram, like, because his story came up, and then he posted a story, and it was a sticker of like letters that said "Fet's luck" instead of "Let's fuck" because they were backwards, and I'm dyslexic. Okay. And then I'm like, bet. I think I swiped up like bet or like yes or something like that, and yeah. Oh, of course, you're cute. So then,
this is so good.
I know, right? So he actually slid up, and he was like, I can't even say what he said because he's dirty as fuck in that. But should I say it?
Like it.
He's like, come sit on my face then.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
And then oh, you nasty. You're dirty. Okay, but anyways, I was like, I was going with the flow with everything, and by the it was like 3 days. It was like 3 days after me like texting him, and then he told me, "Come to my concert," and I'm like, "Go to your concert? Like how I'm gonna do this? Like, you gonna be holding my hand?" And I'm not gonna lie, he was talking crazy. He was like, "I just want somebody like as bad as you to like walk in with, and everybody just stare at us and like."
And that's what happened.
It's stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm down.
I know the story, but I don't know the details.
I'm getting into detail now. So I'm like, okay, and mind you, I wanted to put my best gowns on. Best. I wanted to look good.
You want to put that shit on.
I want to stunt. So I grab like a mini skirt with like a crop top, and then I went and I met him up there. When I get up there, he went to go park, and then I went to go park, and I went inside the little VIP parking lot area, and what do you call that person? The valet dude. The valet dude was yelling at me. He was talking nasty. He was like, "You need to leave. You need to leave. I'm gonna have you towed from here." Da, 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 da. And I'm like, "Why are you gonna have me towed? Like, what I do?" Right. And I'm like, "I'm with." Y'all know.
We gotta get the nicknames. Okay, first, hold on, pause. Nicknames. So we don't gotta say nothing crazy. V? Okay, V.
So I'm like, I'm with V, like, da 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 da. And then he's like, no, you're not. We're all with him. And I'm like, okay, now you're trying to be funny. Like, let me call him. So I called him, and he gets out of his truck. I'm sorry, I don't even know. He has more than one car. So he gets out of his truck, and then he comes up to me, and then he was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" I'm like, "What's the issue?" And I'm like, like this dude is pressing me, and he was defending me. He was like, I'm gonna pay for it, like, chill out, like whatever. Da, da. He grabbed my hand, and we went towards the security section to get into the back of the stage. The security puts his hand in front of me, and I was like, "Don't touch me," because like he put his arm right in front of like my.
They must have thought you was a fan.
Yeah, like they really thought that I was just a nobody because like he was holding my hand, but I was behind him. So V was just like, "Nah, come on, let's go." And then I'm like, I had a bracelet on and everything because V gave it to me. So we got there, and we were in the I guess this is the dressing room, but he was meeting with a lot of people. They were giving him stuff, taking pictures, and blah 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 blah. So then after that, he put me in the VIP section. I thought I was gonna be on stage, girl. I thought I was gonna be on stage for real. Boo. But I went to the VIP section. Okay, yeah, I can say it. I'm just thinking about before I say, guys. His grandmother was there.
Oh, really?
Yes, she was right next to me, and he then. After that, we went to go get tacos at El Borrego.
The red truck?
In Pasadena. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you never heard of it, it's good.
Y'all need to go. But we went over there, we had some tacos, and then after that, it was that. Mm-hmm. You know, it was like oh, okay, like I'll hit you up, like hit me up. And then he started hitting me up like a lot. And then he invited me to his house. Then, you know, throughout the span of the year and stuff, he was like, I would tell him what I was going through or something like that, money. And
I remember, hold on, pause. I remember one of the first times, I think you went to his house and you called me and I think you're on the phone with me when you walked in, whatever, and you showed me his house and I was like, okay, cool, whatever, you know? Can't say too much because yeah, but
he has a really cool house.
It was cool. He
has a very artsy house. Like
it's very like creative.
Yes, very.
So it was cool. And I remember the next morning I was like, all right, talk to you tomorrow. And like you called me and you told me like, bitch, this man had he told me I always wanted to do this.
I was at Buc-ee's that morning.
And you called me when you got home and you were like, and you said that you started off with.
No, I remember because my phone died while I was talking to you, and I had to go to the Buc-ee's and grab a charger and finish telling you the story because it was so juicy.
And you were like, he told me that he always wanted to do this, and I'm thinking that he brought a bag out the closet, and I'm thinking, fuck is this? Like, what does man want you to do? Like, what's he into? Like,
right? Because it was a bag. What the fuck am I?
Yeah, like. But he brought a bag, like not like he brought out a bag out the closet, talking about I always wanted to try.
Okay. So, anyways, you were at the part where you were at the part where
we had to take a break.
Mm-hmm. You didn't pause it, did you?
No.
Okay, good. So you were at the part where the bag.
Yeah. So she calls me. She's like, I'm gonna tell you how it went. Whatever. She's like, we get to his house. You know, whatever. They've been talking for like months and months and months. Yeah. So this was not like the first day or nothing like that. But she's just like, and
it wasn't the first time we had sex either. It was just like,
yeah, it was like the first time she's been to his house. I think was it the first time?
No, it was just a time where he just felt doing some random.
Yeah. What's it called? So he tells her like from what she tells me, he said, I want to try something. I've never done this before. Mm-hmm. And he pulls out a bag out the closet and she's like, okay. And you know me, I'm a freak. So I'm like,
what is it?
What you want to try? Like, I'm like,
you gotta build up. Like,
yeah, I'm thinking like double penetration. Like,
shit. Like,
what the fuck is going on? So she proceeds to show me what he meant. And that was live. I thought that was cool. Like, for her, you know, him being who he is, it makes sense, I guess. But, you know, I feel like for my friend, I was like, oh, she fucked you. Like, and you want to tell him what happened? Or it's her business. Let her tell. Let her tell.
He grabbed probably like $2,000-$3,000. I don't remember if
it was like a few thousand.
Yeah. And you know, guys, as you know, we was he was throwing some money, and I'm like, this is different.
Have you ever got your out from the bank,
like walking in like
money thrown on you? Yeah,
that's crazy. But I loved it. I was like, oh my god, he's so crazy for this. I love it. So after that,
that's when I was like, oh, Frank, like, yeah, he fucks with you.
Yeah.
I can see, like, yeah, whatever, fucking go. You know, whatever, cool. But so, I felt like it was more than that.
Mind you, guys, at this time, it was whenever he was like, I want to get you pregnant through messages and stuff like that. This is whenever he was like...
And he was telling her, like, pull up, like...
Everywhere.
Yeah, like... But
introducing me.
He'll be trying to eat and, like, oh, come pull up on me and, like...
And, like, chama and So I'm like, okay, you know, fuck with me. Like, he's introducing me to everybody. Done met his dad, done met his grandma, done met his brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know if that means to anybody, but, you know, if you're meeting my family, then it's kind of like, you know.
As a girl, I would have been like, oh, okay.
Okay, cool. Well, he fucked me for real, you know? So I met all of them and everything.
And you know me, bitch, I'm her friend, so I'm over here like, you better go.
And I'm over here like, just shy. I can't. I was shy as
But she was still treating him like a regular man. Like,
yes, I would never ever like
she wasn't
him for nothing.
She wasn't being like a fan bitch. Like, she was still like talking to him crazy. Like, you're not gonna do this. You're not gonna act like that. Like, so and then I remember her telling me like, oh, he likes when I put him in his place, and I'm just like, well, yeah, because he's just a bitch bowing down, like
type shit. You know? And then every time he would hug me, and every time like he would see me or whatever, he would always tell me like, you feel like home. Like, and I put this on my daughter. Like, I really don't. I'm not lying at all. Like, he would literally make me feel like I was special. So he started taking me out on his tours. He called me. He was like, "I need you to do something for me." He needed an errand ran over here in Houston while he was out in some of the city. So I was like, okay. I asked him what it was, and I told him to come to just give me the instructions on everything that needed to be done. I did it, and I got the flight tour where he was. I ain't gonna lie, that was the most horrible
I remember
travel.
at the time me and her weren't talking as much, but I remember seeing her private story and she was upset, and I called her and I'm like, "Are you okay?" Like, no. And she was just crying. My poor friend was on the plane to Washington D.C.
I was on the fucking plane to Washington D.C.
It's not funny, but
when I needed to be in Kansas City or something like that. I don't even remember. But what's gonna call it? So I ended up being with him like around 9 o'clock at night. I was already tired. And he seen me and he was just hugging me. He was like, "Oh my God, you feel like home." And like I gave him what he needed. The errand ran over here, whatever. And then I went on like 3 different shows to like 3 different cities in the tour bus and everything. Cleaned the tour bus for him and his like 6 friends, by the way.
Got your shoes taken.
Why my Dior
slides?
My Dior's fucking stolen, and I really think it was by one of the little girls that his dad was bringing in, because every city that we went to, he had another 3 girls, 2 girls, I don't know.
You know, groupie hoes.
But anyways, he's like, "Yeah, I'll get you a new pair." Chain never got me a new pair. But anyways, I came back home and when his tour,
like, "What the f my Dior is that?"
No type shit. But after the tour, he hits me back up. Like, mind you, I went home like 3 days after, like 4 days after, like that. I was tired the entire time because it wasn't no sleep. That tour life is crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't know how any artist does that. I'm gonna lie. Props to the tour because that's crazy. But anyways,
retail.
Not for real. I came back to Houston. The day he comes back to Houston, he posted up his his tour bus at the Gallo at the Dillards. He's like, "I need you to come pick me up." I'm like, "What? Okay." And in my head, I'm thinking, I'm just gonna pick him up. I don't know where he wants to go, but yeah. He wanted me to take him to his house. Now, if you know how far that is. Well, not you, but
it's a stretch. It's at least an hour.
An hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But anyways,
he probably gonna see this one day and be like, "How the fuck is know all my business?"
No, but hold on. The crazy part about it, that it wasn't just him I was picking up. It was him, his friend, and his other friend, all fitting in my little Corolla. And I'm over here like, I would never try to be rude to him or mean to him or anything, but I'm like, all these
and for real.
All
right.
And like, it was just crazy. But I took him to his house and then I left because I wasn't gonna stay there. I needed him to get comfortable, do whatever he needed to do because I'm not gonna bother him. He kept inviting me over, and he invited me over one day, and I invited one of my homegirls, Pretty. Pretty. I invited Pretty. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Oh, come over and bring one of your homegirls from my homeboy or whatever. Whatever. You know how boys are." And so that is the day we conceived. Because we conceived on August 1st at night and August 2nd in the morning. And both times, he inside of me. And he was like, "We really need to stop doing this." And I was like, I'm like, you the one that's doing it inside of me. So I'm not in control of that. Mm-hmm. You need to pull out. Right. And whatever, cool. So he took me back home and we got a plan B. I took the plan B. Still got pregnant.
Same.
But that's kind of like the tea on that.
Mm-hmm. And that's how Miss Gina baby. That's how Miss Gianna came to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what's your little shindig story?
It was a one night stand. No. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't. So I was working at this club, and I
ain't got no more juice.
I'm empty. It's okay. I was working at this club. I had a homegirl. I wouldn't even call her a homegirl. I had this coworker who I was like talking to, whatever, and she was new, so I was being nice.
You're gay?
No. What? No. Anyways,
you said you was talking to her.
I was talking to her as like a friend. Like I was communicating with her because she was new and she was
acquaintance.
She was an acquaintance. Okay, she was an acquaintance. She was sad, and not no more, no. And she was sad about some guy she met at the after hours. I'm like, fuck him, like let's go out. And it was like a Sunday night. Like I should have took my ass. Anyways, I went out with her, and it was dead as fuck. So I'm about to leave, and I see two guys walk in, and one of them tries to talk to me. I'm like, oh well.
That's your BD or no?
No. We're gonna call him Glasses. Okay. So my BD, we're gonna call him Eric. So Glasses and
Forky.
Eric. We'll call him Eric. I call him Eric. That's fine. But,
all right. Yeah, Eric.
I call him Eric.
So Eric and B.
Eric and Glasses. Yeah. Eric and B. Yeah. Eric and Glasses walk in. Whatever. And Glasses tries to talk to me. I'm just not really feeling him. I'm like, no, I'm going home. And then he like is trying so hard to like to keep me entertained so I don't leave. And I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'll have it. Like, you buy me a drink, whatever. I'll stay for 5 more minutes. So Glasses buys me and my homegirl some drinks. But I don't like Glasses. So I put Glasses on with my friend. I'm like, go talk to my friend. She's sad. Like, she needs some company. Like, and
you're bold as for that.
Yeah, I wasn't
He's like,
with my friend.
He's like, damn, I liked you. Now I gotta talk to your friend.
Yeah, nobody was trying to talk to my friend. My friend, like, she was mid, but still, like, she's not my friend, but my coworker, she was mid. I don't fuck with her. That's why. But anyways, so yeah, so I try to put Glasses on my homegirl or my coworker, and Eric, starts talking to me, whatever, invites us to another after hours. He's like, this is dead, like let's go somewhere else. And I'm like, fuck it, whatever, let's go. I was drinking a lot. I was drunk. I'm not gonna say drunk as fuck because I was still knowing what I was doing. But by the time we got to the second after hours, Eric bought me like a whole bunch of drinks, and that's when I got drunk as fuck. And I remember him saying like, what do you want to listen to? And I'm like,
Eric or Glasses?
Eric. At this point, Glasses is talking to my homegirl. Yeah. So I'm not even worried about him. But Eric is like, what do you want to listen to? And I'm like, I don't know, Moneybag Yo. Like, so he goes and puts on some love song. I was like, oh, I love this song.
He was a DJ?
No, he wasn't. He just went in the DJ booth.
So he knew the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He wasn't a DJ there, but he knew the guy. So he went in there and changed the song to some love song by Moneybag Yo called Love It Here. I Love It Here, something like that.
I've never heard it.
It's a cute song, bitch. Okay. But anyways, so I'm like, oh my God, I love this song. And so, me being drunk, I'm over here like, and feeling myself. And he puts his arm around me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like, I'm drunk. Not knowing what the fuck.
You feeling it. I'm feeling it. The connection. I'm like, okay, cool.
And then he got us like the top section. So I'm like, okay, bet. Like,
it's like a good club or like?
It's an after hours. So it ain't like nothing crazy, but it's like after hours. Yeah. So, but they have sections and he got us like the top one. So like, it's above all the other ones. So we're sitting there and I remember some random bitch walk up and she's like, can you get him for me? And I'm like, who are you? She's talking about Eric and I'm sitting right next to Eric and I'm like, who are you? She's like, oh, I'm so-and-so. Don't remember her name. I'm so-and-so.
She didn't say what she was to Eric?
And I asked both of them, like, I was like, you with him? She's like, no, but I want him to take me somewhere. And I'm like,
if you don't with him, then why are you asking her?
Right. I'm like, I said, you with her? He said, no. And I said, oh, okay. I said, move around. I said, that's not your man no more. That's my man now.
Oh, so she was acting like that was his man.
She was more acting like she just wanted him to take her to a hotel, like so she can go brush her teeth and take a shower.
Oh, so she was a dirty.
Yeah, she's a 304, bitch. She was a 304. Ooh. So I'm just like, who are you? Like, and he's like, I don't know her like that. Like, and she's like, oh.
So are you? So he don't know this.
Yeah, he knew her, but he don't fuck with her.
Right.
And I make that, and I ask both of them right in front of each other, like. who is this? What y'all got going on? No, they both said nothing. I'm like,
Girl,
okay.
This is on the first day her meeting this.
This is the first night, yeah. So the first night. So I'm like, okay. I tell that bitch, like, move around because it's not your man no more. And if you come back over here, I'm gonna beat you up. Like, I said it those words, but in a different way. I was drunk, so I'm pretty sure I was a little more mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I just told her, move the fuck. He's like, oh, I like that. You're crazy. I'm like, oh yeah, you have no idea. Like, so
little
whatever.
Do you know, 3 years later,
right? Little do you know. I'm like, yeah, whatever, cool. So, bitch, I walk outside. It's fucking daytime. It's 2 p.m. It's dark as fuck in the after hours, so I'm not knowing it's bright as fuck outside. I walk out. It's 2 p.m. the next day, and it's bright as fuck. I'm like, damn, I need to go home. Like, at the time, I had no responsibilities. Like,
why wasn't you outside?
I was like, why can't I be outside? So I was like, whatever.
God forbid.
Okay. So I went back with my coworker to her house because she lived close by and we were drunk. So we went back to her house. I woke up the next morning and he was texting me and was like, let me take you out tonight. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So we go, we meet up at my job, and I remember telling him, like, don't come in here because I was drinking with one of my customers and he was giving me money. And I told him, like, don't come in here because I don't, like.
Because you were a waitress?
Yeah, I'm a waitress there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want him to see me, like, with a customer and my customer would be like, who's that? And then he'd be like, who's that? You know, so it was just weird. I didn't know him like that. So I was just like, let me know when you're outside. Of course, he knows people everywhere he goes. He's very well known in Houston. So he comes in, he comes and buys us a drink, and I walk the fuck out. I'm like, no, I told you to stay in the fucking car. Like, so I leave, and I'm like, I'm going home. He's like, no, I'm coming outside right now. He takes the shot that he bought me, whatever. He comes and meets me outside. We go eat. Then we go to some bar, and we get drunk as fuck, and then we go to his job, one of the clubs that he was working at.
The one that I know about?
Yes.
Oh.
And we go there, he buys a bottle. I'm like, okay, cool. So we're having a good time, you know. We're just chilling, just drinking.
Mind y'all, hold on, time out, sorry to cut you off. Where she's talking about is a place that both of these
our baby daddies be together.
But legitimately, my BDV goes and does music videos there.
Mm-hmm. And my baby daddy works there.
That's crazy.
So they see each other there. When he goes there, my baby daddy's there.
Which is so crazy.
And they're cool, you know.
We already have so many things in like, so it's like
we already knew each other, but like we didn't know our like baby daddies were friends.
No, at all.
I kind of knew whenever like he would send me pictures and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever.
I just think that he was fanning out.
I had no idea that my friend was fucking with him at the time. This was before I like knew about all that. Mm-hmm. So it was more just like, oh, okay, like whatever. But then I was like, oh, like her baby daddy's friends with, well, at the time, her little boo, whatever, was friends with my baby daddy. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of creepy. Like, now we both have kids with them.
Yes, because honestly, it was so unexpected that me and him got pregnant. But anyways, yeah, go continue.
So, yeah, we get really drunk that night. We go to his house and, you know, bada bing, bada boom, like, you know, it happens. And then he wouldn't leave me alone. Like,
for the next 3 years.
Yeah, he wouldn't leave me alone. It was like, I would try to stop talking to him. Like, he would do stuff like that would make me mad.
Bitch, I'm not gonna lie. The day that he broke, I'm gonna say damn near broke into the house while I was sleeping on the couch, and I was legitimately so scared that I was like.
That was recent though. That was more recent than.
Yeah, this was about a year ago or something like that.
Yeah.
But
he tried to break into he tried to break my door down.
With like kicking it. And
he was drunk and he was like, answer the door, and I'm like, leave me alone. Like,
and I'm like, what the fuck is your problem?
Mind you, trying to kick the door down.
Mind you, I spoke to him the way I speak to him because mind you, probably you guys are like, why is she talking to her baby dad like that?
She knows him longer than I've known him.
I've been knowing this man since I was probably like 19 years old, and I'm 24 years old now. I've known him for a long time. And when he yells or something, he's scary. I'm not gonna lie.
It's scary, yeah.
Bitch, you're not gonna do that with me because I will get on top of a fucking chair.
He was mad. He was really mad.
Sorry, Eric.
He was really mad. And I remember like telling him like, calm the fuck down. Like, what are you doing?
I had to go get Starbucks for all of us and everything because
she had to leave. She's like, I had to go. Like, I'm gonna go get Starbucks. So I was like, yeah. You're talking about some buy me this.
Buy me this. I got the whole order wrong for him.
Right. She brought him his drink and it was wrong. I was just like, but while she's getting the drink, he's packing his stuff. I had to pack most of it, but he's packing his stuff up, just crying like. And I'm giving him back all the diamond rings he bought me and all the.
I remember we were looking through them. We're like, should I give this?
I got like a K necklace of diamonds. I gave that to him. I gave him the diamond rings, which I still got, but I gave him the diamond rings, a diamond. Oh, I didn't have a diamond bracelet yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I gave him all that, and he was crying because he knew how much I wanted that ring. Like he knew how much I loved that ring. Yeah. So, because I had wanted that ring for years, like she could tell you, like I wanted that ring for such a long time.
Yeah, she did.
So
she would ask me for it.
So when I saw him, like when he bought it for me, I was like, oh my god, I love it.
Was it the one where I saw him at the mall?
This one.
Yeah, but I saw him at the mall.
Yeah. No, I think that was the diamond one for my birthday. This one. That one. I think so. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, she saw him at the mall one day. She sent me a picture.
I was like, look, he's buying me something. He's a Pandora.
All right. What's it called? So, anyways, yeah, so long story short, we were fucking with each other for a little bit. I would try to cut him off, and he just wasn't going for that. Like, he would pull up to my job. He would meet me, or he would not meet me, but he would see me at the after hour.
How long after y'all met?
And harass
How
me.
long after y'all met did you find out that you were pregnant?
8 months.
8 months?
About 8 months.
I was knowing V for maybe, honestly, about a year already.
Yeah, we had started, like, fucking each other, but then like I was just kind of like I was young. I was like I was living my best life, so I wasn't really worried about having one boyfriend. I was more just worried about
girl. That's the difference, because whenever I was with V, I was only with V, and little did I know how bad he was hoeing around. But I could have guessed better, and I could have guessed that obviously he's famous. He has all the attention from all these pretty girls. So why isn't he fucking on everybody else,
Yeah.
And then Houston is so small, so it's just like,
Houston's biggest
what B King said and everybody.
Not me. But
no, yeah, not me. But, because I've been celibate for a month. But but honestly, he wasn't. He was, fucking with everybody, and I didn't know that. I didn't know either that I didn't know until
heartburn.
Until a long time in our relationship that he had a son.
Oh yeah, I think, didn't I tell you?
Yeah, no, exactly. But we were already into it. Me and him were already like months into it.
And because my baby daddy was friends with him, right, I knew that. I already knew what the baby mama looked like.
But
I knew her name. Everything.
He would, he has a song like dissing her, and in my head, I'm over here thinking like, okay, so, he doesn't with her. He doesn't none of that. So when we were on tour, for real, whenever we went on tour, he was like, I miss my son. So I'm thinking like, okay, he only misses his son or whatever. Like, of course, anybody that has a kid would miss their kid while they're on tour. He did not tell me he was still fucking with his baby mama. Obviously, if I knew that he was fucking with his baby mama, I would not have even got pregnant or even seen him.
Right.
But it's not until I got pregnant, months into my pregnancy, I'm going to say like probably like 5 months into my pregnancy, he's like, I just want you to know that blank is my woman. I'm like, is your woman? Didn't I just have an argument with you last week about you on a bitch that lives around my area? You know what I'm saying? Because I told him, like, if you're going to be doing this, go ahead. Do what you got to do. I don't care, because you're not my dude to be worried about. But wrap it up, because you're not going to be around my daughter with no STD. I'm sorry. I'm no shade, but a lot of you using her dirty as fuck. Like, fucking pro. When was the last time you got checked? Like,
no, for real, because I think that's my biggest thing is, like, I'm so scared to catch an STD.
Yeah.
Like early, okay, point proven right here. Earlier today, someone sent me a picture. It was some guy.
Yes.
Some guy trying to fuck with me.
She sent it to me and everything. And she was like, "What is this?"
I'm like, what is that?
Know.
Like,
he had bumps all over his freaking.
He sends me a picture. He's like, "I want to fuck with you. Like, where you want to go? I'll take care of you and your son." And I'm just like, "Who are you? Like, what do you? I can't even see your face. Like, what do you fuck you look like?" And I would normally
random dude.
I would never respond to a DM like that, but he just cut messaging me, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?" I'm like, "Do I know you?" I literally asked, "Do I know you?" He's like, "No," and then he sends me a picture of himself. I'm like, okay, like, and then he sends me a picture of his dick, and I'm like, he's like, it's big, and I'm just like, I know, man. I'm like, what the fuck are the little bumps? Like, I sent it to her.
Just proves to you like how easy these men are here in Houston,
and I'm just disgusted.
No matter how good you think they are of a person or whatever, they are all hoes. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought my baby daddy, like, because seeing how he was with me, he was just like, none of the hoes, like, he would not entertain no hoes when I got with him. And
he would not even like pay. Girl, we would go to clubs. We would go to clubs together, and he would be like,
he'd like, watch out, like,
no makeup on me or nothing, and he would still be paying attention.
Long story short, don't trust these men.
Don't trust these men out here in Houston.
Tell y'all how I'm pregnant.
Oh yeah, go.
Okay. So yeah, we have
cut that off.
We'll be fucking with each other. We have been fucking with each other for some time, and then yeah, like we were damn near living together. Like I was with him every day. And I took a plan B. One of the days, I was really drunk as we met some random people that from Dallas, and we got drunk with them. They were cool as fuck. Shout out to them. I don't remember their names, but they were so cool. And I remember we all got drunk, and you know, me being the freak bitch I am, like, something happened in the car. I took a plan B the next day, and I remember like, okay, I'm cool, I'm chilling, like I'm thinking nothing. I'm drinking, whatever, having the time of my life. And then I just started feeling really weird. And I'm like,
girl, yeah.
A week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, a few weeks go by. I'm like, where's my period? Like, I just been like, damn, what the f-? Like, I took a plan B. Like, I was taking, I remember, like, I was fucking with him for a while. So I was popping plan Bs like crazy. Oh, no. I was taking them every time.
You didn't know when your ovulation when it was?
No, not really. Because that plan B would my whole system up. Like, I was popping them like candy. And I remember crying to him like one day. And I'm like, bro, you have no idea what you're putting my body through. Like, and he's like, well, get a birth control. I'm like, well, pull out. Like, or I tell him either pull out or I'm gonna make you use condoms. Like, if you can't start pulling out,
dude, because these men swear that they're not heavier than us, bigger than us, and stuff like that.
I'm like, bro, like, you need to learn how to have some control. Like, I know it's good, but like, for real, like, pull the fuck out. And yeah, we would have arguments, and then one day I would. This is tea. She don't even know this.
Wait.
So one day, my friend was pregnant.
Oh.
You know, my friend, I love her to death. Who? I think you know her. I don't want to say her name.
No, I don't know her.
She worked with us.
Oh yeah.
She was pregnant. Okay, so she was pregnant, and I remember telling, like, me and him were like, we were on bad terms, but he was trying to get back on good terms. So he kept asking me out, whatever, and I was ignoring him. And then I finally was like, yeah, fine, let's go out to eat. Or let's go to the movies. That's what it was. So I was like, let's go to the movies. So I had, my period had already been late, and my friends are like, bitch, you're pregnant. I'm like, no, I'm not. And I went to my friend's house early that day. I was like, pee on the stick for me. So she peed on it. It came back positive. Obviously, she's pregnant. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I prank him thinking like
with her
pregnancy test. After the movie's over, I dropped it on the floor, but I had took one too, and it was pregnant still. So I had two tests. One was hers, one was mine. And I dropped hers first, and I remember sent him like just to see what was his reaction, because I was like, fuck, I gotta tell him I'm pregnant. So at the movie, it was a great movie. It was The Flash. Like the latest one, it was a good movie. But I remember I cried. Me and him cried at the end. And at the end of the movies, everyone's leaving. I drop it on the floor. I'm like, hey, you dropped something. He picks it up. He's like, the fuck, this ain't mine. I dropped the other one. I'm like, oh, you dropped that one too. And he's just like, he sits back and he's like, wait a second, like, is this yours? And I just sit there like, that one's mine, yeah. I'm like, and I'm like,
but at that point you didn't know, or you did?
I had just found out that same day. I had just found out, and so I was like, I took like 6 because I was crying.
Girl.
And what's it called? Yeah, so I give it to him, whatever, and he's like, oh my God, like, and I'm like, yep, movie's over, let's go. And he's like, can we take a second to like realize what's going on? And I'm just like, no, like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I had to pee, bitch. I was like, let's go. We go to the bathroom, and he's sitting out there, and he's like, quiet, and he just
thinking to himself.
He's staring at me, and he's just like, can I have a hug? Like, and I was just like, okay. And when I hugged him, I cried. I just started crying. And he's like,
that's a little romantic.
Yeah, he's like, we're standing right outside the theater.
Yeah, I literally have like the whole vision in my head.
Yeah, we're standing. He's like, can I have a hug? And I'm like,
ew, the way like my baby daddy found out was so horrible.
And he was just like, okay. And then, bitch, so I hug him, whatever. I start crying, me being sensitive and emotional and shit. And then, yeah, he's like, so we're gonna be parents, like, and mind you, he already has a kid. Like, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be parents. So I'm like, whatever. And then he's like, I'm like, let's go eat. And she takes me to Dave's Hot Chicken. And this man gives me the spiciest chicken tender they have on the fucking menu. I don't know how my son survived that and a plan B, but my baby was a fighter, okay? Because that there, I was literally in tears. I was literally in tears, bitch, for like an hour. I couldn't fucking breathe. Like, that was so hot. And I remember, like, he was so nice to me after that. Like, I think that was the best part of our relationship is when he found out I was pregnant. Bitch, like,
complete opposite for me.
I'm sorry. We did so much, like, within that first few months together. Like, we were together all day, every day. He stopped going out. Like, I would come over after work.
Okay.
And, like, bitch, we would eat, and he just cuddle me, and he
a little happy family.
Yeah, and like I remember, like,
oh my,
he was just so attentive to me. Yeah. And now our relationship is so bad. Like,
for me, it was, you know, we conceived or whatever.
I hate him now.
The first month that we, you know, a few days after we conceived, I knew I was pregnant because.
Oh really?
Yes, because I had to come to Florida. I had to go to Florida to go visit my dad. And I was already there. I had to leave like on the 14th. So like I didn't feel no symptoms then. But like after being in Florida for like maybe like 2 days, I was like, I feel fucking weird. I wanted to eat more than usual. I was just like in a mood. Like I didn't want, I was just in a bad mood. And can you believe I walked 2 miles for a restaurant for a food literally at 6 a.m. And
bitch, you're crazy.
I'm crazy, but I was hungry. And
pregnancy will do you like that.
Literally. So after that, after the entire trip, mind you, I didn't even want to drink while I was out there. So I passed up drinks and everything. After that, I went back to Houston. A day after, I went and got my hair bleached, $700 spent, and everything, looking like a white girl. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I look good. I called him and I was like, "Look, I did my hair." Da, 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 da. He was like, "Oh, you look so good. I love it. It matches your eyes."
You spent $700 on that?
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes. And whatchamacallit? Then the day, I think it was that night or like the day after, I was smoking. Like if you know me, I'm a pothead. Man, I was fucking smoking some backwoods. I smelled like fucking 4 backwoods, and I was in there chilling. But I rolled my fucking 5th backwood, and I'm like, yo, this shit tastes like shit. Like, it felt like I grabbed my own shit from the toilet bowl. Like, toilet bowl. But like but it was disgusting. I'm like, bro, this shit tastes like shit. I turned it off. Complete full blunt.
I think I stopped wanting to drink whenever I found out I was pregnant. Before I found out I was pregnant, I literally told myself I'm not going to drink no more. And I found out I was pregnant.
No, yeah. And mind you, man, I love to keep smoking and smoking and smoking. So after my, like, you know, my blunt, I'm like, yo, this shit crazy. Like, why am I not liking this? Or why am I not even getting, you know, toasted?
Right.
So I put it down. I was like, you know what? I think this is why. And like, fuck, being pregnant, you know, kind of like just
clicked.
Yeah. So I went to CVS and grabbed like fucking pregnancy tests. I come back home. I freaking put them in the cup. They all came back pregnant. I'm like, oh my God, like what the fuck am I gonna do? I cried because I'm like,
I think you texted me and told me when I was pregnant.
I'm like, I don't even know how to explain to you.
I thought you were lying. I was like, you shouldn't be playing with me right now. I didn't know how to take that. I was like, where did that come from?
Like the emotions were running through me like crazy because I did not know. Like I was literally like, I did not just, this man, what? I was completely shocked. So I called him. I called him probably like 8 times. He didn't answer. So then I had to go the next day. I had to go to my homegirl's daughter's birthday, and I'm like, and then I texted him that day, and I told him, I was like, hey, like I didn't want to text you because this is not something that you text about. Since you're not fucking answering me though, I'm pregnant, you know. And I sent him a whole paragraph, like, you know, I don't know what to do. Da da da. He said, don't worry about it, like, you know, come over. So I was like, okay, bet. I go over, we get on his 4-wheeler, we're on the back of his house, like on the lake, and like he's like looking at me, and I'm over here like crying legitimately, like dude, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's basically telling me like, oh, you know, my grandma used to like cry to me and it used to be fake. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, like what are you insinuating, you know? And then he's like basically telling me that I'm crying fake tears. So I never knew
that.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's fucking weird. Like, why would you think that I'm lying? Like, this is genuine coming out of me. And I started telling him a lot about me then because, like, not to, sound any kind of weird at them, but, he didn't really know anything about me like that because he didn't care to ask. And I knew a lot about him because I always asked. And I started telling him a lot about me, and he was just like, okay, whatever. We went out to eat with his cousin and some girl that was there for his cousin or whatever. We get back home and I eat, and he starts talking to me, and he's handing me an orange pill bottle. And if you know, like an orange pill bottle, that's prescribed to a person. You don't just get an orange pill bottle and it's not prescribed to somebody. So it was prescribed to somebody, and there were abortion pills. And I'm like, why would I want to? First of all, I'm not killing my baby. My baby already then had a heartbeat. It was 5 weeks old. And if your baby gets a heartbeat at 5 weeks old, whatever. And
I'm not gonna lie, whenever I first found I was pregnant, I was gonna do an abortion too. But when I went to the ultrasound and I heard the heartbeat, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, for me, I couldn't do it regardless because I already had a baby that passed away. So like, I was just scared. It wasn't in me yet to do that. So he kept telling me like that I'm so unfair for not taking the pill, that to take it, like he's not gonna have enough time to do it, and I was like, you don't need to have enough time, bro. Like provide and just be there as much as you can, like do what you need to do as a father, but just don't disappear, End it. And somewhat. But it was kind of like, now you're pissing me off, and he's getting louder with me, and I'm like, you really need to chill out, because I'm not yelling at you. I never yelled at him, never talked to him crazy or nothing.
Which is crazy, because you're crazy.
Yes, and he made me so nervous that I threw up in a sink. And I'm like, I gotta go. So after that, I didn't speak to him until the gender reveal, which was 4 or 5 months after.
That's crazy.
Well, that's the tea. We're going to leave it there. We have so much more to talk about. And comment down below what questions you want to ask us, know about us, about
that's just the
baby daddies. Yes.
That's the intro on us and how we became baby mamas.
And that's the tea on that. Yeah. Clocked.
There's more.
There's definitely more. There's definitely more people we need to talk about, whether it be friend or foe. Used to be whoever it is, baby daddies, mamas, your mama, anybody,
your pappy.
So
we'll see you next time, and we'll let y'all take a few guesses in the comments on who our baby daddies is. Maybe we'll like it, maybe we won't. Like maybe we'll tell you, maybe we won't. Like feel free to guess.
Next episode though, y'all know it's about to be tea.
Because that's just how we became baby mamas. Like, there's so much more. There's so much more to it.
Like, there's so many more stories with everything. So, yes, if you guys want to know everything, let us know. But with that being said,
from the H-Town streets where the tea's hot and bold, baby mama drama where the stories unfold. We're spilling all the secrets, making you wanna stay. Talking baby daddies, girl, we do